So the problem is minor 7 flat 5. A lot of students ask me what to do with that chord. I don't like to isolate single chords, but in this case I'll make an exception. It's not really a tonal chord because it doesn't have a perfect fifth, because chords that don't have a perfect fifth I refer to as tone collections, and they function as chords with perfect fifths in certain examples, which I'll show you. But G minor 7 flat 5, for example, it sounds Phrygian. It sounds like C Phrygian, even though they say this is a Phrygian mode in C. So what you want to do is, but in jazz we like to play the A natural. So what I like to do, so in jazz, in the schools, they'll teach you to use the 6th degree of B flat melodic minor 7. I believe they're calling that a Locrian sharp 7, which is perfect, but it's too much to think about. I like to look at it from the point of view of major, getting back to the Phrygian, but making it a major with a sharp 1, a sharp root. So instead of playing A flat major 7, A flat major scale, I'm utilizing the sharp root, so it's A natural where everything else is in the A flat scale. And it fits perfectly with that sweet sound, that major second sound. Because let's face it, it's half diminished and it's almost diminished. So you can get away with using that large, that's a large second sound. So we have you could start hearing, I would experiment like that. Get the sound of that chord, make that the beat, the main event, so to speak. Into C7 or C7 flat 9. It wants to go to minor, but it can go according to, it can go to major. We call that modal interchange or borrowing. A lot of times we can use this as we can refer, the G minor 7 flat 5 can be morphed into a sharp 4 minor 7 flat 5. So in other words, it could be a deceptive cadence. In other words, here we have E flat going A flat 7 resolving to D flat. But it can go, we can say the sharp 4 is the G minor 7 flat 5, which is an interesting sound. We can end there, but I wouldn't end there. I might use it as a turnaround or an ending, a tag. To the F minor. And now back to the E flat. So you have something like or D. It's a really cool sound. Into the C7. Into D flat major 7. Sometimes, forgetting about the minor 7 flat 5 immediately, we could take a 2-5 in D flat, but make it another deceptive cadence from that 2-5. E flat to A flat 7. Rather than going to the D flat major 7 right away, go to an E major 7, so that's like the flat 3 major 7. The 3 being F, and an E would be the flat 3. So we have wee-oo, wee-oo, interesting sound, and then go back to that G minor 7 flat 5, wee-oo. Or before that I might go fourth above to A, then go to that G minor 7 flat 5. Now F, long turnbacks, back cycling. E flat minor 9, A flat, flat 13, D flat, which is a cool sound. So that's the thing, you know, when you get this sound. It's a Phrygian sound, but it's an adjusted Phrygian. If you don't want to sound Moorish, I've been to the Alhambra. You know, that's got that. It sounds terribly Phrygian. But we adjusted. You hear that? Instead of going to C7, I might go to the flat 5, you know, like a G flat. F minor. So, all right. Without bombarding you with all this stuff. The thing is, I'm giving you using your ear rather than everything technical. Instead of looking at it, or in addition to looking at G minor 7 flat 5 from the viewpoint of the melodic minor scale, B flat melodic minor, you can utilize it. You can utilize A flat major 7 with a sharp 1. So we have same thing, but we're looking at it from the viewpoint of major. It sounds a little less complicated. Another way of thinking. I'm not saying ignore what the schools teach you. Just add what I'm showing you as an extra added attraction, because let's face it, these are like training wheels. The theory is a training wheel, and the ear is the ultimate goal, the final frontier, so to speak, right? So now that you have that sound, now you could play intervals. I call it, rather than look at it as sevenths, I'm using double stops, or we can look at it as there's all kinds of terminology. Scale, chord fragments, double stops, shell voicings. So let's take the inside family of 2, so to speak. You know, we could start from here. These are in the scale, the A flat scale with a raised root. And you'll notice with this chord, C itself plays an interesting role, and so does E flat, the raised 5. You might want to make note of that. The 4th above and the raised 5 above, those 2 tones or pitches, however you want to look at it, are integral ingredients in enhancing or bringing forth that Phrygian sound, or that minor 7 flat 5 sound. Is the E flat to the D flat. Now I'm using that large 2, A, instead of the A flat. You make melodies out of it. A supposedly non-tonal voicing, you can make very melodic sounds. That's C. C7 minor. Oh, that's a really cool sound. So you can try to recognize the territory. So far, these are whole tones, which is very indicative of a melodic minor scale anyway, that is loaded with whole tones, right? So if you have these voices, I call them a raised sixth. Here is a sixth. This raised sixth, double sharp 6, or and now double sharp 6 would be this, but not in this particular key. But here it appears. I look at it as a raised sixth, double raised sixth to a raised sixth. I dig the sound when you're over here. That's a cool sound. Or you can add added notes to the C7, you know, some kind of C7, G flat 7, major, Modal interchange. Now you hear the sound. That's a cool sound. So, you know, you say, all right, man. You can single note the thing, you know. So, cool sound. Different families. Now we have this family here. Oh, the flat. I used the D natural by accident. Now, so you have that going on. You gotta be careful. I'm in F now. Back to that minus 7. You know, this is called the Hollywood Cadence. No C7, just right to the minor or major. It's a cool sound. Hollywood Cadence. So I would do that on every family. It's a little darker there. You have the limitations of, you know, it gets distorted here, but however, you could sing along it. Move da do 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 da do 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 da do da do yeah, try that.